How's it going, everyone? My name is Chris from One More Game MTG, and the Commander Legends Baldur's Gate Commander deck, Exit from Exile, has just been announced, and we're seeing if there's a true value in exiling. Before we begin, I'd like to remind everyone of our free access to Discord where we talk about things all Magic. You can also find us and connect to us on Instagram and Twitter, and I cannot wait to see you guys. Additionally, if you wish to support us even further, you'll find our affiliate link to TCG Player in the description down below. Now let's get into that deck review. The face commander of this deck is Feldorn Dreadwolf Herald. There's a 3/3 human druid for 1 red-green, and it reads, whenever you cast a spell from Exile or a land enters the battlefield under your control from Exile, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token. Pay 1, tap it, discard a card, exile the top card of your library, and you may play it this turn. The main goal of this deck is to put as many spells into Exile from your library in hand and then play them after for much higher value. Over the years, there have been multiple spells that exile cards for card advantage. We now have a lead captain in Gruul to give us an even greater value to this effect. What I like about this card so much is that it's an engine and the reward all within a single card. This gives the flavor of the deck a better opportunity to win. Since we are in Gruul, there are plentiful amounts of landfall effects in green and even more exile effects in red to bring this commander to victory. Now, if you don't want to run this as the main commander, the secondary option is the background pair. The combination includes Durnham of the Yawning Portal and Passionate Archaeologist. Durnan is a 3/3 human warrior for 3 and a green. Whenever Durnan attacks, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may exile a creature card from among them. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. For as long as that card remains exiled, you may cast it. The spell has Undaunted, which to remind you of, it costs 1 less to cast for each opponent, and then choose a background. Passionate Archaeologist is 1 and a red for a background. Commander creatures you own have, whenever you cast a spell from exile, this creature deals damage equal to that spell's mana value to target opponent. This color combination of cards has a phenomenal synergy. Dornan even gives the added option of giving the card exiled Undaunted, which I did not expect this to happen. This works exceptionally well with the background, as you can reduce the cost of spells exiled this way up to 3 mana and then deal the damage to opponents, bringing their life totals down even more quickly. My favorite of this combination would have to be the background, as it gives so much more of options to support to already existing commanders in the format. I would definitely consider this to put into multiple decks. The community is always excited to see what cards of high value are being reprinted in the set in the hopes of the overall cost of those cards coming down. Here are the top cards being reprinted that I am most excited for to see this new precon and you will love to add to your collection. First, we have Xenagos the Reveler, 2 red-green for a 3 loyalty Xenagos Planeswalker, +1 to add any combination of mana. 0, put a 2/2 red-green Satyr on the battlefield, and then -6, exile the top 7 cards of your library. You may put any number of creatures and or land cards from among them onto the battlefield. This is a phenomenal card for this deck because that ultimate, even though it might take a few turns, it puts 7 cards into exile and you can play all of them, and they include lands as well, which is pretty awesome. So with Feldorn out, you're going to get so many more triggers of 2/2 wolves. Then we have Layla the Blade Reforged. She is the top deck manipulation exile commander on her own, so it's pretty awesome to have this included in the deck because she herself has already had great support for top deck exile manipulation, so it's good to have an extra card of this value in the deck. Now this card I did not expect at all. Jessica's Weld is now being reprinted in a commander set. This is so awesome. This is one of the top cards that are played in almost any deck that plays red, so it's phenomenal to see this be added to the overall pre-con of a deck. This is a commander staple, and it's very much welcome to the set. Next will be 2 ramp spells that have actually been a lot of money for quite some time. It is Nature's Lore and 3 Visits. The reason why they're at a higher value is because they don't search for a basic land, they just simply search for a forest card. Everyone loves to play these cards, but their higher cost makes it a little more difficult, so it's very welcome to add to this deck. Then there's Stolen Strategy. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of each opponent's library. Until end of turn, you may cast non-land cards among them and cast it of any color. This is an awesome effect because you now have the option to take things from your opponents, so it's great to have this included in the deck. Now this may not be played too often in many strategies, but now because of it being reprinted, it's going to be much more accessible. And then lastly, we have Urabrask the Hidden. This is something that, even though it's not the highest wanted card, it's always welcome. Creatures that you control have haste, and creatures your opponents control into the battlefield tapped. It gives you that little extra boost for your own self and a little bit of a defense against your opponents. Pretty solid inclusion in this deck. So what do you think of this deck? Do you think Exile is the right direction for Gruul, or should we just stay on the battlefield? For me, this is a solid color combination, and I'm pretty stoked. And that is the quick take on this new commander deck. With so many other new cards and reprints, I'm always excited to see a new pre-con deck come out. I hope you really enjoyed viewing this deck with me. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out the Instagram and Twitter for any new updates to come. Everything is listed down in the description. And remember, one more game is just never enough. Peace.